program, we have to use the tree looping statement to write a program that accepts the number and then output the sum of the squares from 1 to num. To run the program, we use the tree looping statement, which are while, do, and for. Console that write line, then int I equals 1 num, comma sum equals 0. Console that write, input the number to get its sum of square numbers from 1. Num equals convert that 2 and 32. Console that read line. Console that write line, console that write the square of each number from 1 to 0 are num. At first, we have to use the while looping statement. While I less than sign equals num, console that write 0 I asterisk I sum plus equals I asterisk I then incrementation sign. Console that write line. Console that write, therefore the sum of the square numbers from 1 to 0 is 1. Num, comma sum. Console that write line. Console that write input number to get its sum of square numbers from 1. Num equals convert the 2 in 32. Console that read line. Console that write line. Console that write the square of each number from 1 to 0 are num. In do looping statement, we have to console that write 0, then I asterisk I, sum plus equals I asterisk I, then increment sign. While looping statement, I less than sign equals number. Console that write line, then therefore the sum of square numbers from 1 to 0 is 1. Num, comma sum. It is a program that accepts the number and then output the sum of the squares from 1 to num. Console that write input number to get its sum of square numbers from 1. Num equals convert that 2 in 32. Console that read line. Console that write the square of each numbers from 1 to 0 are num. For I equals 1, I less than sign number, I increment sign, then console that write I asterisk I sum plus equals I asterisk I, console that write line, then console that write, therefore the sum of square numbers from 1 to 0 is 1. If we run the program, this should be the output. We have to input to get its sum of square number from 1. For example, we enter this. If we enter 5, the answer will be 55. Then if we enter another one, which is 6, the answer would be 36.